the case of a Georgia woman who fell out of a deputy's moving patrol car.
The 28-year-old Georgia resident died July 21st. A diagnosed schizophrenic had been arrested during what her family says was a mental health emergency.
The family of a Georgia woman who died after falling out of a police car filed a lawsuit alleging gross negligence in the 2022 incident. Brianna Grier, 28, was experiencing a mental health episode and fell out of the moving patrol car while being transported by a Hancock County Sheriff's deputy on July 15. The deputy had failed to close the rear passenger door. Grier fell into a coma and passed away on July 21st. The family's attorney, Ben Crump, stated that Grier needed help, but the police handcuffed her instead. The lawsuit names Hancock County Sheriff Marlin Primus, Lieutenant Marlin Primus, and Deputy Timothy Leggett. The family is seeking compensatory and punitive damages.
All right. I have the privilege of sitting in here with you this time. You got some water?
Yeah, appreciate it.
So we just met your attorney. I told him, I said, if there's anything we ask you that you do not want to answer,
Yes.
refer to him.
Yes.
He'll tell you yes or no, whatever. This is not to trick you or anything. There's a couple of things that we want to clear up, and then we're done.
Gotcha.
And so we don't even want to rehash the whole incident, all that stuff. But let me ask you this: Have you seen the video? Well, let me do this first. Let's go over Garrity first.
Yeah. So, as I've told you this before, this is a criminal investigation. So you talking to me is strictly voluntary. If you do not want to talk to me, that's okay. But are you willing to talk to me today?
Yes, sir.
And it has nothing to do with your. I know that they're doing an internal investigation, I guess, at your office. Maybe.
I haven't talked with anyone.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah. But here's the thing: whatever you tell us, it does not go against you for your work while the internal investigation. That makes sense.
Yeah. But like I said, you're willing to talk to us today?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. By the way, did you ever get that boat up and running?
They sent me the wrong start.
I thought you were waiting around.
Oh, wait a minute.
Friday.
Well, because I got the phone with you.
Oh, God.
They rolled up, got it, wrong start. So I had to take it back to FedEx over in Millersville and send it back off. And what I'm going to do, I went to Lake Marina, and going all around from there.
Oh, okay.
$30.
I got you. Well, I hope that thing gets up and running soon. Yeah.
My grandkids want to ride.
But I know that we were talking a little bit earlier about you mentioned the video and everything. Have you actually had a chance to review the video?
I've seen it after. I have seen the video. I got a chance to see it.
Okay.
Do you remember when you saw it?
I can't remember. I really can't remember, but
You saw part of it in the office.
I saw part of it.
At that point, you had not seen the whole thing.
I saw it a little in your office, but I have seen some before at the office, at the sheriff's office with Investigative Resources. I just saw a little of it. Saw it, but we had. Sorry about that. I had a report. I did a report.
Yeah, sure.
And and that's it.
All right. My question is, and this just cleared a couple things. I know you did. All right. So the incident happened on that Friday, the 15th.
That's right.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
The sheriff sent us a copy of the report on that Thursday. That would be the 20th. But then I guess that was that a completed report or no?
He sent.
He emailed me one.
He gave you a report, just a report that he hadn't been signed off.
That's correct.
Then he sent this one here. This one that he sent you that had been signed off.
Correct. Okay.
But I hadn't seen the video. Then after he sent it off, that's when I saw the video.
Okay. How did Ricky call you? Ricky's the one with the permission to.
He was in office. And I can't remember what day when I just asked him. He was in there, and then he did you want to see the video? Because I hadn't got a chance.
Sure.
And I got a chance to see it.
Yeah.
But I hadn't. This report had been signed off
before you saw the video.
That's correct.
Okay. Both reports, the Thursday, the 20th, and the 23rd.
If I'm not mistaken. Because I didn't. So right answer.
Yeah. When did you do the supplemental report?
I can but I hadn't seen her video at that time.
Do you gotta get with the sheriff because you don't have the report?
I have a report here now. This right, I have this one that I'm giving you, but I hadn't seen it before.
No, that's fine. All right, this is when you sign off on it. That was Sunday the 24th.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
Pat signed it the 24th. You signed it that
The 15th. Well,
I think it was that Sunday. I don't know how I got that Sunday, but all right. So that is that's the other one. All right. So basically, the incident happened the 20th. I'm sorry, the 15th.
That's
All
correct.
right. The 21st. I have my dates wrong. The 21st is when the sheriff sent me that report. This one right here at the top and the bottom. This is Legette's and yours.
That is correct.
You with me? All right.
That's correct. The 24th is that Sunday.
Okay, yeah. That's what Pat signed on the 24th. That's this one. That goes with this one, the 24th. So this one right here is the one you had. So were these not, neither one of these were completed when he sent them? And I'm just trying to clear up a couple things as far as reports.
How does this start? Can I take a quick look?
Yeah. They're the same. They're kind of the same. I mean, you just added more detail.
Yeah. This is it. It's the same one I have here.
Or is that one, so then you took that one and then.
That's the one you have there.
Yes. This is it. That is correct.
Okay. So this one up here is just was it a working copy or do you know?
That I don't know.
Okay.
But I hadn't seen this one yet information about. I hadn't seen this one.
Okay. I guess they pasted that. How do you do your reports? You can keep that for me.
No, I'm fine.
How do you, all right, so when you do an incident, how do you do your reports?
We just mostly do it on incident form.
Okay.
And
You type it out or write it?
usually we type them out, but I don't type. I just write mine out.
Okay, so you write yours
I write
out,
mine out.
and then what do you do with it? How does it get to this?
Wait now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Our secretary, she types them in just what we got, how we have it. She types it in.
Yeah, and look, I mean, you can refer to me anytime. We're not trying to trick you, but I'm just trying to get clarification of like this.
Miss Lola, our secretary, she types them in and word for word. Well, I'm not gonna say word for word, but she types it in word for word, and I think she do have the one that we do write up by handwritten and whatnot.
Now, to the best of your knowledge, because I want to be sure about that, have you had a chance to review your first report?
I haven't reviewed the one that, but I haven't seen that one yet. I haven't seen that.
Do you want to see the
Did
first
you-
one really quick? And
But
just
now I've
read
seen
over it?
mine, but I haven't seen his.
I'm not asking you to read Legette's. I'm just asking you to read your own.
Read the one that you did.
That is correct.
You know, to the best of your knowledge, is that what you had handwritten out?
Well, what it was, when I was doing it, I got with the secretary, and she typed in what I was saying. She typed it in.
Okay, so you sat there and told her.
Told her what to do. Yes, but
But
I
read that and tell it.
okay.
Read that before you answer.
Correct.
I want you to read that
Okay.
and say whether or not that's what you recall giving her.
Okay, on the loaded.
I haven't seen that one. Is it on there?
Oh, yes, son.
This.
Pretty much.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay, so that's what you want to say that?
Yeah.
So that's the one you told her about when she typed it out. So you
Yes.
didn't write it out, you just said it her
I did
desk.
the first. I think I did the first. Yeah, she typed it out. I sat there and told her word for word
Okay,
of everything that I remember.
and that was the day of? Was that the night of the incident? Like that
No.
early morning?
No, I think I can't remember what day, but as soon as she came to work, as
Okay,
soon as Lola got to work, I jumped right on it and everything.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Now, when you do it, because sometimes we'll have like a reporter out, and we'll dictate what our reports say. Now, do you like utilize a reporter, or did you actually like sit there and talk with her?
I sat there and talked with her.
I gotcha.
So did you write anything down?
I can't remember. I can't recall, but I just want to be. What I did report while I was there, I just wanted to make sure that everything was clear. I'm not a good typist, but I do, go through and went through and everything. I did see this right here when she typed it up and everything.
Okay, and when she typed it up, you said, yeah, that's good.
To the best of my knowledge.
Got it. Okay, perfect. And then Ricky told us, I'm going to be completely honest with you here. We're about to be done with this investigation. So Ricky told us that the reason you went back and added this was because that you had not seen the video.
I hadn't seen the video.
And I guess the sheriff or somebody told you to write more. How did you decide to go from
Well,
that
I
to
just
this?
got a chance to try to.
That's fine, yeah.
I had to go back. Sometime, you know, when you're journaling, pumping everything,
Sure.
and you got to go back and think, and I just had to go back and think and think and think. Just really had to think about what had to play it back in my mind to the best of my ability.
Okay.
And that's what I did. That's why I said I didn't really feel comfortable what we had sent. You know, I just didn't really feel good. I just want to make sure that I put in what I could think.
Sure.
And that's what I told you. That's what we did. That's what I did. That's what I did.
This is going to be real personal, and I don't mean to upset you, but has this been bothering you?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing like a little kid with mom.
You're okay.
He's not only just trying.
It would bother the enemy, because it would bother him. And
You knew her, Marlon. You tell him. I mean,
You paid her food at Subway $20 the day before.
if you want me to put it on the table, just tell me to put it on the table.
I would like you to.
I'm over your eye, but yeah.
It's okay.
You pay attention to the questions.
Gotcha.
Is it bothering you?
Yeah, it's bothering me because I knew her, and my intention was to help her. Intention was to help her.
Has it kept you up a lot?
I saw this on this cowboy movie the other night. It went in you, wrestle you down. But after it all over with, it kind of, I think about what I've done, it picks me back up. It bothered me because I've been working for some years, and I don't see how someone can not want to work.
Right.
And I love it. And it did to me, but I know I'm gonna stay the course, and
Sure.
we're going to keep it rolling. But for us getting back to her, she always asked me about my daughter.
Yeah.
And my daughter, been to college. She went to college. But every time she would see me, that would be the first thing to come out of her mouth. And that night, I said, I'm going to try to get her back to where I need to get her back. And I'll see what it would take to get her back to a better facility. back to a better facility. Because where she been going, it's just like you putting a bandage on something. It's not working. So what I want, my intention was to get her to Alabama. To get her back to get her to Alabama because we had a young lady had a drug problem. And she went there, now she's back in school, working in the school system. So I want to try to, that's what my goal was, to get her there,
Had Brianna gone to Alabama before?
No.
Okay.
She always went to Augusta and River Ridge. And I'm not, and that's it.
Okay. And the reason I ask you about that in detail is because you can tell that you've spent time thinking about it. And if you've written this report without ever looking at the video and you have this many details, you can tell that it's bothering you.
Well, it will bother the next person because you know that when you put your best foot forward, you put your best foot forward.
Sure.
And try to do the right thing. And that's it. You know, you do your best, and you can live. I can live with this. Only thing that it's just that. Is that right? If I answer?
Yes.
It just bothered me that it just got to this, but I know it's gonna be fine with the help of the law.
Let me ask you this. Ricky said that you were asked to add more detail, And that's fine, you can add more detail. That's not a trick question, I'm just asking like, who asked you to add more detail? Do you remember?
I can't,
Ricky told Christian, everything I tell you is gonna be the honest truth.
yeah. He just, I think I'm not sure I talked with him. I think I did talk with him, and
Sure.
you know, we got to add to what you know. I'm not trying to add the stuff to make it look good.
Sure, no.
But it's just that there was some points that I missed out.
Correct.
There's some points, and when I got home, like you said, you go home and think about it.
Sure.
And when I got there and thought about it, I was thinking about some things, even to where what really drew my suspicion is when I got there, she had no shoes on, she was bleeding. That kind of then I asked her mom to get her some shoes. Mom went and got some different shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I told her get her some better shoes. You know, then mom came back with some black slippers, and I think it was a brown book bag, black book bag. Came back with a book bag, and I turned it over to and the black shoes, yes, and that's it.
Okay. But I guess Ricky sat down with you and talked to you about it, or what?
No, Ricky didn't sit down and talk to me. Ricky didn't really sit down. He didn't sit down and talk. He did
Did the
sit down
sheriff talk to you about it?
He told me just go and think about everything, make sure you don't miss nothing. And
Okay.
when he said that was it. And I had to go back and just get back and just sit down and think about some things that I didn't say. And you just wanna send in what you know of, and that's it.
I got you. Okay. I'm gonna ask you a couple of hard questions on it. This is not to trick you, and just tell the truth. I promise.
Okay.
And think about it.
Okay.
And I'm just clearing this up because we have to clear that, and we're done.
I got you.
All right. So on the first report, because this is what the public's gonna ask.
Mhm.
Okay. So on the first report, you talk about, and we'll talk about the door in a minute.
Okay.
I'm just asking specifically. In your first report, you said, now you know, I mean, you know.
I just had to go step back and get her back.
Marlon know what you mean, baby.
Yeah, she haven't got through that.
Okay, so it says that you, Lieutenant Primus, went to the passenger side rear door attempting to get her into the vehicle but was unable to reach her.
Mm-hmm.
You then so you went to the passenger side door. You don't say if you opened it or not, but here's the thing. You never said that you closed it in the first report.
I realized that.
Okay.
But like I said, my journal was pumping.
Okay.
My journal was pumping. Then I realized that something is missing that I should have put in there, and I didn't never stated out there. And I look back at it, and I proofread it and everything. Then I realized that I didn't put that in there, and I should have stated that.
Okay, so the report, the other report,
Mhm.
because the public's gonna like, why did you write two different reports? I'm just giving you the chance to answer, but I mean, you're fine. But I'm just saying, like, in this report, you don't say anything about the door. You say you go to open it, try to get her in, but you don't talk about closing it.
Yeah.
In this report, you say you closed it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because why? I'll give you,
Sure.
basically what you just said, but tell me why you did that.
Well, and I realized that I didn't say anything about closing. Sometimes you have to proofread
Correct.
what you said, and like I said, I'm not a genius on writing reports, but I can get my point across. And the
Yeah.
point that I was trying to get across is that I went around. Do you find sounds?
Yes. Keep going.
I went around,
Yeah.
and that's what I did. I went around to get her. I put my knee in the seat to get her, but Leggett, he couldn't get her up. So
Yeah.
couldn't get her up. So I went, stepped back out, closed the door with my palm, closed the door, went back around, and I pulled my taser out, and I told her, I'm gonna tase you.
Mm-hmm.
And she said it real loud, tase me, tase me.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I'm not gonna tase you. I put my taser back in, and I went over here and picked her up and put her in the car. I went over here and picked her up. With all the strength that I had, I just went and picked her up, put her in the car, put her in there behind the driver's seat.
Mm-hmm.
And closed the door. When I closed the door, that's when I saw Leggett. He was looking for something. I said, well, what are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
He said, I lost my Bluetooth. I said, okay. So I said, he stayed back close by the car. I went up, he said, I didn't go that far. I think that's what he said. He said, he didn't go that far. So I came over, he said, no, he's going to be back here. And so we kind of looked and then we saw it by the time.
Mm-hmm.
He saw it by the time, so okay. And after that, and that's it. But I forgot to put the part in there. I apologize, but I closed the door. I didn't state that because my journal was pumping. I was just trying to hurry, and you're going to miss something.
Mm-hmm.
And That's what that's it.
Gotcha. Did you have something?
Yeah, you know, because I'm hearing you know, talk about this, and you know, I've had multiple conversations with you. I don't think you're a bad guy at all. I think you're actually a very, very good guy. And you know, there's nothing wrong with like seeing your footage, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing wrong with, you know, relying on memory to write a report. I guess my question is that why did you decide not to review that footage before writing your report?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Maybe that I didn't. I just thought that I knew everything, and I just didn't know. I thought I knew everything. I thought I knew what's what from the beginning. That's why I went. That's why I told her to get the camera. And I knew everything. I thought I knew everything off mine. But
Would your answer be that you didn't think you needed the recording?
That's what I was trying to do.
To provide an accurate recollection.
That is it. That's it. That's why I just thought that ain't need that, and that's it. I can't put it.
Let me ask you this. Now, Ricky, because we're trying to figure out the system. We're having problems trying to figure out this. I mean, obviously it's the system, but can you watch your video camera? Can you watch your footage on the actual body camera?
You can.
Okay.
You can. That was his camera.
Yeah, but it's sitting in the docking station in the sheriff's office, right? So at any time you could go there and just watch it, right or no? I'm not saying you did. I'm just saying you could if you wanted to. It's not secured.
You can, from my understanding, but usually Ricky handles all that.
Okay.
And if anything that we need to download, because we don't want to, I can't say you be on the late, I want to say it. I don't want to screw nothing up
Okay, yeah.
or delete something permanently. So we let Ricky handle all that.
Okay.
So anything we need to know, we just need to get the number, let Ricky know. He downloads it, he'll let you know, bring a jump drive so he can download if you need something to record or something like that. But Ricky handle all that. But if I wanted to, I haven't done it. I just let Ricky do it. If I want to do it, I get Ricky. Or we got a young gentleman that works in the jail. He's a jailer. I think he's a college graduate, and he's good on it. He do all our, he does all that. He's good with it. We get him to do it. If anything, the system acting up, he's the one to do it. His last name is reading.
Can he log in the system and pull up y'all's body camera footage for you?
That I don't know, but I'm pretty sure he can because he has to go in. No, Ricky usually do all that.
Okay.
I think, but Ricky being his presence, if anything like that, that's because a lot of things confidential, and by him not being an officer,
Sure.
everything Ricky handle all that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and just clear it up because I probably already know your answer. I'll just give you a chance to answer. But so you never looked at Legette's body cam like from the days,
No.
like just pushing on there.
No.
Okay. And then now Ricky let you watch it after your second interview with us, right?
Yeah. If I could be wrong, I could be wrong. I think
That's what Ricky says.
I left your office, then what day I left your office, that's the day I went and saw the video. That's the day I saw the video.
What caused you to look at the video that day? The questions?
I know you can't get around it, so I know you got to man up sooner or later and see it. And after I saw it, I'll be honest with you, I feel good. And when I saw the video, I feel good because I feel that I run her aid, tried to help her and everything. But I feel good that I tried to help. And
Did you watch both segments? There's 2 clips.
I haven't. I don't think I have. I can't remember how footage I saw. I can't remember, but I'm really going to look at it again. There's 2 segments. I didn't know that.
Okay. And we have it. If you want to watch it, you're welcome to. If you don't, it's fine.
One's before everything.
I've seen the
When
one
the
with
car happens, one is at, so one is leading up to loading her up and getting her in. The other one is pulling away. She comes
I've seen
out.
the second one. I've seen the second one.
Have you seen the one where you guys are carrying her to the car?
That's the one I've seen.
I will correct you right
Yeah,
just a little bit. So the
I don't
first
remember
one,
where one is.
No,
and one
you're
is.
okay. And this is why I'm telling you because I want to be very
Sure,
specific
sure.
about it. One video ends like it's after she actually is already out of the vehicle, and so then it picks up
Gotcha.
like while you guys are there rendering aid to her. Does that make sense? So one shows you actually going up to the residence, and then it shows like pulling out, going out. The incident occurs. You guys go up. You guys are rendering aid, and it kind of cuts off right there, but then it picks right back up.
Okay.
And that's not saying that you guys shut off the video or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying it's how it was downloaded. There's two different clips.
I got you.
So have you been able to see that? So
I hadn't, and right now, I just probably see it another time. I'll probably see it another time right now. And I can see you. I can come back to Andrew Thompson. Right now, I just
You don't see it.
I got it and I can show it.
You don't
well, I can
see
see it with him, but that's it. I really just better see with my attorney if it's possible.
No, absolutely.
No offense. No offense.
No, you don't do mess up. That's fine. That's a lot. Okay. Let me ask you this. All right. So did you watch the entire video with Ricky?
I didn't. I saw it. I can't remember how far I saw it. I saw the part where I walked up to the car. Well, let me see what part I see. I've seen. Well, I take that back. I've seen a little stuff on television. Turn it off. But I've seen where we were loading with her, tussling with her to the car.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that part. I've seen that the part I've seen.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I think I've never seen the part where he called in the mileage and whatnot. I didn't see that part. But I just feel comfortable.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yes, ma'am.
What you got?
Yeah, and just going back to it. I mean, I know you said that you reviewed it with Ricky. Do you know if Gat had a chance to review it?
Now that I don't know. I had got a chance to get with a get. We try to. I just hadn't got with a get, and just got with him because just hadn't got with him. I hadn't got with him. I think I can't remember the last day me and him worked together, and after that we've been out. You all know that we're out. So.
And now
Out where?
Not working.
Oh, you're on leave?
Well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bill, right to answer that one too.
You're on leave, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I did not know that. Since when?
Can
you answer that? Yeah. Who put you on leave? The sheriff or Ricky?
Well, that's part of, that's part of the procedure that you hadn't talked with Ricky, nobody had said anything to you about it. Even though we're deputy sheriff,
Are you able to get on leave?
Yes. Is that right if we answer that?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm not out on the road.
Yeah,
it was in the paper.
The Hancock Ga paper?
What?
I don't read paper.
Union recorder.
Really?
It should be on Union recorder, or it should have been on the news.
Have you been on the leave for a while?
Maybe, probably.
A week or two?
Yeah.
Well, it's open book record, correct?
Yeah, all of this is just procedural. Yes, this has.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I'm out with pay.
Well, how long have you been out?
I made one pay period. I did one pay period.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's been 2 weeks, but been out and been out 2 weeks.
Ooh, okay. I don't know that.
All right, and on top of that, I know that you had mentioned that you had called some people. I believe it was Deputy Chief Ricky Brown and Sheriff.
That's correct.
When you were on scene, do you remember if they actually came onto the scene?
Who came onto the scene?
Yeah, do you remember if they came?
Sheriff came.
Sheriff came?
That is correct.
Did Ricky come?
Investigator Brown? No. But I did talk with him. I don't know who I talked with first. I had to look back at my phone, but I talked with Investigator Brown, told him what we had, and I talked with the sheriff. The sheriff said he's coming out. He's coming out.
Just for clarification, is Ricky the chief deputy or an investigator?
He wears 2 hats.
He is both.
Yes, he's
Okay.
the chief deputy and investigator.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
Do you remember how long he was out there for?
Excuse me, the sheriff?
Yeah.
He was out there till the helicopter left, and till the helicopter left.
I gotcha.
Let me ask you this: on the scene, I'm sorry, Christian. On the scene, Did you ever ask Leggett how did she get out of the car? I mean, I know you do initially. I know you haven't watched the video, and I get it. But do you remember asking Leggett? I know when you got out of the car, you said, "How'd she get out your?" Hey, let me start over. She jumped out your car.
Yes.
Leggett said, "Hell yeah." You said, "How did she get your door open?" So the thought of jump, and we've been around this many times, so don't just go with me for a minute. The thought of jump is more she intentionally jumped out of the car on her own. Now, here's what I've told the sheriff, I've told everybody this. There is no way to prove whether she intentionally went out the door on her own or whether she accidentally went out the door on her own. So, there was a camera in the back corner, but it wasn't a recording. It wasn't plugged in front of the. We've checked all that. I can never tell you whether she intentionally went out on her own or whether she accidentally went out on her own. Okay. So what we will talk about is, well, how did she get out? And I know you talked to Leggett a little bit, but lieutenant on shift. If you're there that night, you're on shift. Do you ask Leggett, like, hey, I know you're doing it like a process, just in like you're thinking out loud. It looks like on the video, like, hey, how the hell, what in the world? But do you know if the sheriff or Ricky ever sat down with Leggett and said, hey, like, how did she get out of the car?
That I don't know.
Did you ever ask him?
Leggett?
Yeah.
Like I said, that's what when you heard me say on the video. That's how it worked. Just wanted to know. Did she jump?
When the sheriff showed up on the scene that night, and when you called the sheriff on the phone and Ricky, did you ever tell them how she got out of the car? And I can tell you where I'm going with this if you want me to, if it helps you.
Okay.
So the family got very upset because the sheriff went around 6 a.m. Y'all called us at 2:15. The incident happened at 12. Y'all arrived at 12:59. The incident happened around 12:52-ish. That's when y'all turned the body cameras on. a.m. We get caught at 2:15. By around 6, the sheriff went to the family and told Marvin and Mary Grier that she had kicked her way out of the car and jumped out. So what I'm trying to figure out is who came up with the kicking and the jumping. And I know it's a play on words. I know it's little things, but we're very specific to detail. So did Leggett ever say he heard her kicking out the door, or or was that just an assumption that she had kicked her way out, or how?
Did Leggett say that to you?
That I don't know. Like I said, that was on the video. That's what we said. I haven't talked with
No, that's not what was on the video. That is what the sheriff
said to them. That
told
you
the
might
family.
you have to give the sheriff on that. I don't know what the sheriff had told the family.
Well, I didn't know.
Do you remember Leggett saying that to you?
About what?
That she kicked her way out the back door. Do you remember him ever using those words?
Whatever we said on the video, that was it. I asked him.
So you didn't say that on the video.
Yeah, he didn't say that.
So do you remember him ever saying that?
Afterwards, I can't. I don't remember him saying it. I don't remember him saying it.
And you did not see her kick out her way out the back of the patrol car, did you?
No, what I did was,
Go ahead.
and I got through telling the family to make sure you all come up there, because at 12 o'clock,
Right.
I was going to the courthouse to relieve one of my deputies that was involved in that injury. She's going for therapy, so I had to relieve her. So I come in at 12, get off at 6, come in at 12 to let her go to her therapy. So I told the family member, please come up there so we can get to come up there.
Okay.
And so we can figure out an answer.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure we go ahead, and I'm gonna just put it on the table. I know I talk too much. I refuse to let her go back to revenge. I refuse to let her go back, and that's why I told the family. That's why I told them they were bagging up, and I told them that they quick said something to them. That's when I pulled back out, and when I pulled back out, that's when I never saw her. Never saw what happened, but when I got, he might have had a couple of seconds on me, and I advised him to cut the dome light on so we can monitor her. And when I got there,
What do you see when you get there? Let's go to that for a second. When you pull up behind Leggett, what do you see?
Yep.
I saw a door open.
It was already open, or was it opening?
It was open, already open.
It was open, okay.
And when I got there,
Was it wide open?
wide open.
Okay.
And his door was open. And And when I pulled over, my headlight pulled up, and that's what, when we got there, that's what happened. That's what, and I spoke with him, asked him what happened. I think whatever I said in the video, he said, yeah. I think she jumped. He said, yeah. And that's when we started to run.
And you're, go ahead.
Oh, well, no, what were you going to say?
And you're fine, because that may just be you thinking like subconsciously, okay, hey, what in the world, how'd she get out? She kick her out, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to narrow down is, how did the jumping and kicking, how did that come about? Like, how was the assumption made that she kicked her way out of the door?
Do you know?
After she stated that she's gonna kill herself, she said she's gonna kill herself.
Yeah. Was that just assumption on your part?
That's what's assumption on my part.
Okay.
That she said, I'm gonna kill myself. And she said she's not going back to jail. She said, I'm not going back to jail. I killed myself. Then I think I heard it on the video. Brother Answer.
Yeah.
That was through it. And when I saw that part in the video, she said, you know, you told me that you more way to kill yourself. I don't remember that. I don't. Now that blew my head off in the creek.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how to tell you how to kill himself.
Not sure.
I'm here to save life and protect.
Right.
And that's it. And she already said she's gonna kill herself.
So you just assumed that she kicked her way out because you know, and don't let me put words in your mouth, I'm speaking for me, see.
Yeah.
But if you know you've worked in patrol for 40 years,
mm-hmm.
you've worked in law enforcement for 40 years, you know you cannot get out of the back of the patrol car. So I guess the assumption was she had to have kicked her way out, right? Or no?
That's my assumption.
Okay.
Because I knew it closed the door.
Okay.
And knew it closed the door. And my job, my goal was to get her there safely to the detention center. And already in my mind, one of the 1,000 things in my mind was going to tell them right answer.
Yeah.
To put her in the hole and monitor her every 15 minutes. That was going to be my son. In the time, that went through my mind. Because as she said she's going to kill herself.
Sure.
That would have been standard procedure, right?
That is correct.
Put somebody in a hold cell, they're
Yeah.
threatening suicide.
Put them in a thin little outfit, a thin little net, whatever
Mm-hmm.
thing. And because she said she's going to kill herself. And we was going to try to. That's it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you have something?
Yeah, I mean, I was just gonna go off of kind of what she was talking about, because it is fair to say that we don't know how she came out of that vehicle,
Mm-hmm.
and when you're pulling up to that scene, you're trying to process what's going on, because there's about 10 million different things that are going on in one moment, and all you're knowing is that you have someone who's laying on the ground, you're in charge of the get, right? So you're trying to process everything that's going on. And I mean, you can see it in the video. You're trying to think about hey, what happened, and really why she's saying all this is just strictly for the fact of we need to know who was that we get, or do you remember specifically telling the sheriff anything about it? Did you say
No, I didn't know. I didn't tell him. I didn't talk with him about that. I told him that out the car, that she jumped out the car.
You told the sheriff that?
I think I did tell him. I told him on the phone, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what I told him on the phone when I called him. And I think that's what I said. I'm not for sure.
I can tell you.
Yeah, that's based on what Leggett said to you and not something you saw, correct?
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it.
Yes.
I never did see it. I never see her jump out the car, but I know that her intention was to hurt herself. Well,
Yeah.
Based on the information that you had at the time,
That's
trying
correct.
to process what was going
Yes.
on, you're trying to relay to the sheriff, who is he's your boss,
That is
and
correct.
you're trying to tell him about the situation that's going on. Is
Correct.
that fair?
That's the best of my knowledge. That's what I was trying to gather. And
Yeah, because I think what you're trying to find there in that, and correct me if I'm wrong, is that there was a portion of the video that you can kind of hear. I believe it says she came out the car some kind of way. Could you?
You talking about when he first gets up there?
Yeah. You remember?
This is your body cam transcript, but basically you say She jumped out of your car. Yep. He starts his mileage. Leggett drives forward. He gets out. He's like, ground me. And then that's when you pull up and you say, quote, she jumped out the car? He said, hell yeah. Then you say, how your back door open? And he said, we're going to need an ambulance. Now let me just, alright, so here's, and that's like, that's any human trying to figure out what is going on in this world. Like, whoa, I've been working patrol for 40 years, I know doors don't just open. She jumped out of your car because you got in the mind that she's already threatened to kill herself, and I can totally understand that. I get that. Yeah, so Leggett, my question, I guess, to you, and you're completely fine. I mean, you're completely fine. My question is, does anybody ask Leggett, hey, does anybody narrow down, like, hey, Leggett, how did she really get out of your car?
Now, like I said, I had to talk to Leggett, but I just, like I said.
Did the sheriff ever say to you?
You know, since this,
answer,
since this here, I try to stay out of everybody's way.
Okay.
Really haven't talked that much with the sheriff because I know that just haven't talked to the sheriff. That's what I know. I don't know what he talked to Leggett or whatnot, and he mostly, the one thing we come out of our mouth is that we're just gonna pray and hope this, wait for this storm.
Let me ask you this. Has anybody asked or told you what to write in your reports or to say certain things?
No. I speak straight from the heart.
I got you.
What I said then, I say it again, again. And one thing that I learned, and the first thing that you said to me when I came over, and you stayed with me, you told me to do what?
Tell the truth.
And that's what I'm banking on. And that's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going on. It's just a burden on me and my family. But and that's it. But nobody never told me what to put in. Nobody. I just jog my memory, and think about things, and be careful what you got to say the right thing, put the words in the right place, and not trying to lie about anything. And just try to not lie about anything. Just go with the truth, and that's what I'm with.
Sure.
So the Singer report then, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
So the Singer report then, I know you mentioned that the first one you sat down with Lola, and then you kind of told her, and she's the one who typed it out.
Yes.
For the Singer report, did you write it yourself?
No, she did the second one there with me too. The second one, we sat there and went over everything. Then she added, and we just said everything I said. And
did she know any details about the report? Has she watched the video? Talked to anybody about it?
No, she just go on. See, one time, anytime, to be honest with you, anytime I know that I'm going to have to do a report and that it's going to be more of words to be said, I'm not good with typewriting. So I usually get, and I type it up, and they ask me to look at it, and that's it.
How did Leggett do his, if you know the answer?
Now Leggett is in college, and he can type.
Okay. So
I can't type, but it might be 2 weeks before I get through with it.
Gotcha.
So I'm not a good typist, but I can get my point across.
Yeah. And hear me when I say this. I mean this. I truly mean this. Nobody thinks you intentionally left the door open. Nobody thinks that. One concern that was concerning to me in your second interview at our office that day with Christian and Ethan, you said if I say I left the door open, that meant that I wanted to cause Brianna harm. That is not what that means. Look, I leave my keys places that I'm like, I didn't even lock my keys in my car. That's an accident. This is a terrible, terrible accident. That's what it is. Nobody intentionally meant to cause Brianna harm. I want you to understand that. Our investigation shows that this is an accident for her falling out of the car. But what we want to clear up, and just, you may not know the answer, you may not want to answer, it's up to you. But when I'm watching the video, and I'm going to be honest with you, Marley, because we go way back. When you're watching the video, it's almost like there's a moment of, well, you even say, I might have closed the door, maybe I didn't close the door. I think I closed the door. You're talking about the door specifically it's like you're thinking out loud. Okay? And leaving the door open by mistake is completely fine.
Well,
You
one thing,
didn't intentionally pause her alarm.
but I just want to say this, I got a problem.
For what? Talking too much?
No, that too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up.
That's one of the bigger ones.
No,
What's your problem?
I just talk to myself.
Oh.
And I like to answer myself nicely. That's it. I'm not. I know you're gonna. I know I talk too much, but
No, you're fine.
I just be at peace with myself when I can say. I mean, I'm not gonna. But I just talk to myself, but I answer myself, and I just think out loud sometimes, and that's it.
That's okay.
And you know, here's the thing: is what she's trying to say about it is that, and you know, what I'm hearing from you is we all process things different. You know, you might talk out loud. You know, for me, I keep to myself and I process it in my head and I kind of go over again with the situation. And you know, like she's saying, like it's not intentional. Even if it was an accident, you're trying to process what was happening in that moment. What did you like see? How what were you feeling, right? And you're trying to process all this stuff is going on. And that's like, I'm not saying that you're a bad guy any means for that, because at the end of the day, we do not believe that this is intentional by any means. But it being an accident at the same time, right? It's okay for you to like sit there and say, you know what? Maybe I didn't shut the door. Maybe, because there's a point in the video too where Leggett asked you, he said, hey, did you shut that door? You remember when you walked around to that passenger side and you walked back over and you put her in, you shut that driver's side rear door. And Leggett asked you, did you close that other door? You tell him, yeah. You just kind of walk off. But then what she's saying is that after Brianna's on the ground, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's that point where you kind of look at that rear passenger door. You look at it and you're like, maybe I didn't. That's okay. That's okay for you to feel that way. It's completely okay, because at the same time you're trying to figure out what happened. You don't know if she had fallen out of the vehicle. You don't know if she jumped out of the vehicle. You have no idea what happened. Even so, you see it in the video. You said yourself, you didn't see her jump. You didn't see her fall. And even in that video, as you're pulling up, I'll be honest, I was on that road with you. Was I not on that road with you that night?
That is correct.
Do you remember how dark that road was?
That is correct.
That road was so dark. I could not see probably 10 feet in front of me. You remember how many deer were out there? And we started driving slow because all those deer were trying to go in front of us?
That is correct, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And, you know, even if the door is like, well, I shouldn't say that because our investigation shows that the door is open. But it being open, it's an accident. And it's okay to second guess yourself. It's okay to sit there and think, man, like, did I really shut the door? At the end of the day, that's not on you. You were trying to handle the situation the best way that you possibly could. Right? You've done this job for 40 years.
Well, I've been doing it, correction, 26 years before that.
Okay, listen, 26 years, that's still so much time, right?
Correct.
I'll be honest, I mean, that's more time than I've been alive. So you've been doing it for an extremely long time, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And this happening, it's a terrible accident. It's terrible. And just because that door didn't shut, right? That's not on you. It's just a terrible accident. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I see what you're saying. Well, answer.
Well, he didn't ask you a question.
Huh?
He didn't ask you a question, did he?
No.
Mm-hmm. And
I apologize
What do you
for talking
think?
so much.
Yeah, okay.
What are you thinking?
No, I said I apologize. I know. I just apologize. I just like to talk.
Let me ask you this. All right, let me ask you this. The thing that concerns me a little bit, and this will be, you can answer this or not, but the thing that concerns me a little bit is in that moment where you're saying, hey, I might not have, and I get it, but when you write the report, you don't even talk about the door. Like, you don't even talk about may have, may not have closed the door. Trust me. You closing that door all the way, it's an accident. It is a complete accident. It's a civil lawsuit. It's a complete accident. Okay? Criminally, no. We're working a criminal investigation. But what it looks like is, hey, these reports, and I'm just going to ask you, I'm going to be honest with you, the report shows, I've talked about the door may have not have closed, talked to the sheriff, you know, I didn't write that in my report, but on the audio, you tell 911, when Leggett goes to Kiddo, you said, just tell them she jumped out of the car. I'm just telling you the truth. I mean, but and you're still trying to process all that.
To be honest with
So
you.
let me ask you this way.
Uh-huh.
In that report,
Mm-hmm.
where do you in your mind confirm that you closed the door? Were you just scared, or did you ever think for 1 minute that you might not have closed the door?
Answer.
Yeah.
I never doubted myself. Because the thought that went through my head is that I didn't want to shut my hand up in the door. That's why I said I closed it. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I think it's a hamburger from this morning. But closed the door. Like I said, I closed the door because I didn't want to shut my hand in because I hadn't shut my hand in the door since I was a little boy. But I closed the door.
Yeah.
And
Do you know how we know the door's open?
You know, I used to work at the car store.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm knowledgeable about cars. And there's always that possibility of, let me see, how can you put it? Ajar. Doors ajar.
Alright, but listen to the question. Okay.
How did you know? How did I know that?
Do you know
Probably.
they know?
Oh, I'm pretty well sure they do. I know you do. I know you do.
What now?
You said the question again now?
The question was, do you know how we know that the door was open?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Possibly if you looked on the cluster, you got the, and we had spoke about it, the door light.
Okay. The indicator light on the dash.
That is correct.
So let me ask you this. And it's not a matter of going back and forth, because in your mind you may really believe you closed the door. I get it. I just don't want you to be afraid to say that you might not have closed the door and it truly was an accident. You see what I'm saying? I'm giving that to you.
What?
Because here's the thing: if our investigation shows that we can, and I get it, cars malfunction, I get it. But we literally took this car, had it tested with like the Georgia State Patrol came and used black box. We had a mechanic come out and put their system on. The car's fine.
Go through records as well.
With the records and
Tests.
hot dodge, and it was anyway. But here's the thing: with the indicator light on, this is the video that's out to the media. We used to have another one, but we just haven't released it. There's an indicator light on. As Leggett is turning his steering wheel like this to back out of the driveway, you can see it lit up at the bottom.
Okay.
All right. Now the other piece is so the door's open. When y'all put her in, just hear me. I know you might not agree with this, but when y'all put her in, when you put her in the driver's side rear door, that back door, when y'all are walking by, he says, "Hey, you got the other side closed." If you look through the window, you can see the little indicator light on the door is open.
Cluster.
Yes. Is that what you call it, the cluster?
They call it cluster dashboard. That's correct.
Okay.
Instrument panel.
All right. So there it is on there. So all the other doors are closed except the back rear door, but you can see it before he ever drives off that it's on. Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Then when he's backing up the reverse, you see it. It hits the. You can, when the steering wheel rolls through, you can hear it. You can see it a couple times. The other thing is, we tested the car. We drove up and down the road, and Christian will be able to attest to this more than me. But basically, if the driver's seatbelt is off and a door is open, a door in the car is open, it will bing within when he puts it in drive, you hear bing, and you hear that on the video. And we asked again, "Did you have your seatbelt on?" "No, I didn't." "Did you hear the bing?"
Well, here's the thing, because I did actually perform that test. You know, I did it with Amelia, who's another agent in our office, and now I know how police officers are. Sometimes you don't wear your seatbelt, right? Because you have to go out, right? Sometimes you have to hop out of your vehicle. You got to go handle the situation, you know. And I understand that vehicles have like annoying dings that go off if you don't wear your seatbelt or something like that. And what she's referencing is we tested it in multiple different ways. If the seatbelt is unlatched, there's a bunch of dinging that goes on as you're driving down, right? But if it's buckled in from behind, it's already plugged in, and that door is open, it'll make one ding. It'll make one dinging sound as soon as you start driving off. And then as soon as you go to stop that vehicle, it dings one more time again. And even so, it like everything that like you guys have been telling me is still like straight on of what happened. You guys told me that you weren't going anywhere near like 20 miles an hour, like probably 10, 15 miles max, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I was testing that actual door and I was leaning up, pushing my body pressure against it, right? That door would not open if we were going anywhere near 20 miles per hour. Now at 10 miles an hour, which is what you guys were saying, if I'm leaning up against that door, there's like a certain aspect of it where there's a bit of resistance. You know what I'm talking about? How a door has a little bit of resistance? Well, as soon as that resistance gives way, it'll just fly right open. Does that make sense? But that's only possible at the 10 to 15 mile per hour. Like, does that make sense, Speed?
Now I have a new unit, and the lift light will come on, stays on, and the door is on, but I shake it, and it's closed. But on the inside, you keep telling me, but now what you got to really, really do, you got to really, really put some shutdown on it.
To get the door open?
To make the light go out.
Well, here's the thing. I will tell you.
But I hate to drop it. I'm gonna pick up on it. I got you.
Well, here's the thing, because I know you're talking about your vehicle and your new vehicle.
Yeah.
As far as it goes, we're not talking about
But
your
not
vehicle.
that
We're talking about the guest vehicle.
Mhm.
And even so, I pulled the records from it. The sheriff was able to provide me all the records showing, hey, this is the maintenance history. This is what we've worked on. This is every single thing that we've taken it in. And there's nothing about indicator lights. There's nothing about like door latches, anything like that. And she even mentioned that we had gone to Dodge to see, hey, has there been recalls for this specific model? There was like one recall, but it was not even for a door latch or an indicator light.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what exactly it was, but it was not important to the investigation overall, if that makes sense. But like I said, when we're actually testing it and we're doing these things, that indicator light only comes on when a door is open. Does that make sense? And it's very specific too.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the driver's side door open,
Mm-hmm.
it'll show the driver's side door is open because it's like an actual mini car itself.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll show like, oh, the door's open, kind of diagonal. Rear passenger or rear driver's door open, rear passenger door open, passenger door open, and in no way was that ever malfunctioning throughout all of the tests and everything that we did. And as you know, we do very thorough investigations on it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just my way of saying, at the end of the day, that's how we know. Because we pulled the records. We actually gone and checked out to see if there were any defects. We've gone to go see all this good stuff. Does that make sense? I guess that shows you insight of what we've done.
Which has been great.
Let me ask you this. Do you remember, I know you said earlier you talked too much, but do you remember telling Leggett, hey, I might not close the door?
I was just thinking out loud. If I did say it, I was just thinking out loud. I was just thinking out loud. But I didn't ever say that out. That the best of my recollection of my memory, because of the adrenaline was flowing. But
have you seen the part about talking about the door with Leggett?
that I haven't seen it.
Did they tell you what you said?
Like I said, I'm gonna look with my attorney with that.
That's fine.
I look with it, yeah. But I haven't seen it.
Do you remember ever telling the sheriff? Because see, there's part of the conversation where Legett's on the ground with Brianna and you're on the phone with the sheriff, and you can hear you talk to the sheriff. Okay. Do you remember ever telling the sheriff that you might not close the door? Not just on the phone call, at any time, ever.
For my knowledge, I don't remember saying it.
Okay.
But I knew I closed it though. I know that's my mind,
Okay.
and that's what my intention was at the scene, and that's what I believe.
Yeah.
In myself, because that's it.
This is where we can just keep going.
I got you. Do you
Yeah,
remember?
I got to. I'm shutting up. I'm shutting
I
up.
don't want you to shut up.
I want too many cups. I had 3 cups of coffee when I apologize.
I got you.
And here's the thing. I know that anything that I do, Mary's my supervisor. You know, I go through her, I let her know, hey, this is what I have going on, or, you know, this is kind of what's happening. And even though I won't remember exactly what I said, I still have to provide her with a detail of what's going on.
Correct.
You know what I mean? And even so, in a situation where someone needs EMS to show up, you're gonna, you know, Mary would have 10 million questions going at me. She'll be like, oh, what about this? What about that? Do you have these people on the way? Do you have this, that? Right? So you're having like 10 million questions. You're trying to handle the situation. You're trying to tell your supervisor what's going on. And I'm just asking, do you remember just anything? And it doesn't have to be specific. You can say that you don't know if you don't know. But do you remember kind of what you told the sheriff on the phone? What was going on?
Like I said, my adrenaline was pumping. I don't know what I said, but on down, I know that we was trying to run her aid to her and let her know what we had going on.
Do you know if you ever told Ricky Brown that you might not close the door?
I never spoken to him about it, but that's that I can recollect.
Okay, gotcha. Did you ever tell anybody that you might not close the door?
I never told no one. Okay. I never told no one because
that you remember, because I'm just
I never spoke with nobody because in my mind and in my heart, close the door.
Okay. I got you.
Other than Leggett, right?
So
I mean, you're not disputing what you said on the video. What the
I'm not
video
disputing. I'm
captured.
not back you.
Outside of Leggett, do you recall having said that?
To anyone? No, never.
Okay.
No, never. I'm not. No, never.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I got you.
And you know, I know that this kind of leads into my next question as well. I know that we had mentioned a little bit earlier, we had briefly touched on it. And I'm not going to ask you to give specifics about this because I understand that an IA investigation, that's its own thing, right? Don't care like what exactly you said. But to the best of your knowledge, do you know if an IA investigation is actually going on?
What kind?
An internal
Internal
investigation.
affairs.
Like I said, I hadn't talked with Investigative Brown. Since we've been out on leave,
Okay.
I haven't talked with no one.
Did you talk to him before that?
Just when I left your office that day. Came to the office for something. I came to the office for something, but didn't speak with Mr. Brown and the one. Just came by and picked up. I had to run a copy off of something. I had the FedEx paper to send my starter back, and that was it. Because my copy is not hooked up to my printer at home. So that's it. This face just got that and left around.
Yeah, and you know, here's the reason I'm asking that is, you know, I'm just wondering if anyone had ever actually come up to you and said, hey, I'm doing this IA investigation. Talk to me. Do you know if anyone had ever said that to Leggett?
Nobody. I don't know. I don't know if anybody talked to him, but nobody had talked to me. Nobody had talked to me.
Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I think we're almost done. Do you have any questions for us?
I think I run my mouth too much, so.
Ask us. We'll take it.
I run my mouth too much. That's just a habit I got, but I just try to nothing else with you. Anything you think of?
No.
Nothing else.
Let me ask you this. I'm going to ask you something else. Because, I don't know if I want to do a statement first and then ask a question, but let me just ask you this. Are you, I don't really know how to ask this. Are you just, I know in your mind you believe you closed the door. I know that. I know that because I know you. I know that you truly believe you closed the door. But if we ever prove to you, just say we proved to you that the door was open, would you ever say, you know what, then okay, I might not have it? I'm just throwing that to you. Okay.
Mayor, it's Mayor. Sorry,
you always,
say it.
Let me say this right here. said that, it's an accident. There's nothing criminal, there's no issue. I just want to know if we ever can prove to you, because I believe in your mind you believe you closed the door. But if we ever say, you know what, just say, I'm not going to do this, but just say I take you, put you in the car, and I try to get out, do all these things without actually latching. Because I want to show you something too, and I'll let you answer this in a second. But there's 4 latches in the car. The car door. Okay? And I'll go back to my question then. Here's the back door. Okay? This is all the way open. When you pull up behind the leg, get back here, you see the door wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? The car door opens with 4 latches. 4 notches. Alright, here's the door closed. It's latched.
Mm-hmm.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4. That's all the way open.
Mm-hmm.
You with me? When they did the test, I'm just going to tell you this. Latch 1 is here's the play on words. When you say I closed the door, I have no doubt that you closed the door. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't latch. It could be an inch. So in your mind, you closed the door, it just didn't latch. You with me?
I see what you're saying. I closed the door.
And it latched it?
Now that, like I said, I closed the door. I closed the door.
No, I'm with you. But I'm with you, and that makes perfect sense to me. Because in your mind, you closed the door. If I take this door right here, and it's wide open, and I'm putting you in the back seat, and I close it, and I go around to help you, I close the door, right? Just go with me for it. It doesn't latch. But in your mind, you closed the door, and I'm not trying to lead you anywhere, I'm just telling you.
Yeah, I closed the door.
I'm with you. When you say you closed the door, it latched?
Now that, like I said,
There you go.
what I'm saying is that I closed the door.
I got you.
But, keep going.
I'm not trying to lead you anywhere.
Like I said, I closed the door. Really. To the best of my ability, I closed the door.
Okay.
And I went around, that's when I came with my taser, and I took over from the taser.
Can we say this too? Can you agree with this? We've been doing police a long time.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a lot going on out there. People yelling, parents on the front porch, your adrenaline's pumping. I mean, I get it. I mean, so yeah, I get that. If you may have thought you closed up. I mean, we do stuff all the time with rapidly evolving events, and it's, we think we do these things and we just forget. But here's what I'll tell you. In the investigation, the door was not all the way open.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody says you left the door all the way open. We don't even say you left it in latch 3, notch 3. When they did the test in the car, it has to be between 1 and 2, okay? Which is only just like,
and that's the resistance
it's not
point.
far.
That is the resistance point right there that she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And the latch 2, if you're at latch, the first one, in between 1 and 2, which is not that far, when you get up to 10 to 15 miles an hour, the wind pulls it open, which is when I believe she fell out of the car. But he could not have been going at 10 to 15 miles an hour because it's in latch 2. I'm telling you this, Molly. I believe you closed the door to about right there, literally like that much close. It just didn't catch. You with me?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
That's fine. Okay. But I'm saying, like, if I could ever prove to you that, would you ever be able to say that, you know what, Mary? Okay, maybe so. Even if you said maybe so, it's not a crime.
Well, like I said, I talked to my attorney.
That's fine.
I talked with him. I talked with you about it. Not talk with you about it, just talk with you. But like I said,
we
Mary.
don't have to answer anything. You have your attorney here. That's
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Mm-hmm.
What I really don't want, Marlo, is I don't want you to double down on us and say absolutely positively, I know. If it's in your mind you absolutely know you did close the door, that's fine. But if I don't want it to look like you're not telling it because you're afraid of something, or you're afraid of telling us that, hey, maybe it didn't latch. Because, and the only reason I ask that is because on the video you're verbally saying out loud, people get, hey, maybe I did close the door. You see what I'm saying? I'm just giving you a chance to answer the question, but you don't have to. I'm fine with that. But just think that through. That's just kind of the thought that we have that the public's going to want to know.
Yeah.
And even so, with what you're saying, just really quick, I know you want to say that you want to just talk to your lawyer really quick.
I'm good. You want to talk?
Well, the only reason I'm asking that is I'm saying, while we're here, what if we stepped out or something like that? You guys had to talk with each other for like a few minutes, and I wonder if you guys wanted to actually talk with me or Mary. Just
no, I'm fine.
Okay, don't want it.
We good. We good.
Let me talk to him after this.
Yeah, absolutely.
I know exactly where you're going.
Right, I got
Let me talk to him after this. I think there's a few things that I can put into context.
Correct.
And then if we need to, we'll talk.
That's fine. Yeah.
But I know exactly where you're going, and that's a conversation that I think he just needs to hear the right way.
Okay. Correct. Correct. Do you have any questions for us?
No.
Sure.
If y'all need me for anything, I'm around. Working on my boat.
You cutting grass?
Oh, I'm through with the grass. Working on my boat, and
Do you fish?
I do.
Do you fish with Pat?
No, they don't take me. I talk too much.
Aren't you supposed to be quiet when
Supposed
you
to
fish?
be quiet. So
Okay.
I talk too much. They don't want to take me. So
Okay, I got you.
I'm left out Marlo. But huh?
You got anything, questions for him?
I don't have any question or anything. It just like you asked me earlier. It just like I say, it's just a lot that plays on your mind. But if anything else I can think of, I'll let you know. But like I said, that's it. I was just glad to come on down and get over, to get on and talk with you all. And
We're hoping to. So if y'all didn't talk about anything, we're hoping to try to wrap this up this week and be done.
Yeah.
So if y'all do talk, tell us sooner than later. That's up to you. But that's totally your fault. But
Well, and if anything, if we need to
You can
clarify
have a phone.
answers or statements, it can be on the phone.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
All right, so yes, that won't be a problem. He and I will talk today,
Correct.
and I'll set up a phone call within the next couple of days.
Yeah. Because we're about to close our.
I got you. We're good.
And even so, I know that Thompson's is a great deal away, so I appreciate
I don't
you
mind.
being willing
I
to
don't
come
mind
out
right
here.
now. Anything that just want to go ahead and don't mind. You can call me anytime. Just call me and I'll come on down.
And listen, Marlon, this is very stressful. There's no way you are not stressed out about this. But listen.
Does it show?
I know you. But listen, you're a good person. You're a good person. Trust me, nobody believes you intentionally left that door open. It is a complete accident. It's awful. All we're trying to do is see if there's anything after the fact. But that's it. Hopefully we'll get our stuff done. We'll give it to the DA's office or the sheriff and let them have a copy and be done. Okay?
Yep, and I know you know this better than anyone else. With you sitting here, just make sure if we discuss anything or it's an ongoing criminal investigation, just keep that between you and you.
But I'll be honest with you.
You're not talking to anybody.
No.
better not.
Folks call me on the phone, boy. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, let me walk you guys out.
They get quite a few calls.
First, don't throw my hands up if you're not listening to me.
Oh yeah, you can choke me. You can choke my arm.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Marley.